Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video I want to share with you all my thoughts on the new abilities being added to Ninja in Final Fantasy XIV's first expansion, Heavensward. Again, this information comes out of the French media tour where we've been learning all about the new abilities for all the new jobs. We still have some mysteries and Ninja's no different, but a lot of people were surprised I took so long to get to my main job's new abilities, and to be honest, it's because it wasn't that big of a change compared to some of the other jobs that I've spoken about so far. So let's just get right into it so I can talk about some of these abilities and explain why I think they took the direction that they did. So they say it right in the official digest so that I don't have to. There were no drastic changes to the ninja. There were changes with these new abilities, but not so much drastic as like adding the chakra system or the blood of the dragon system to the other melee DPS. And to be honest, I'm okay with this. I feel like Ninja just came out in 2.4, and I mean, I know that sounds like a long time ago. But in all reality, it's not. That's what, late October, early November-ish area. So I didn't expect there to be a drastic change in playstyle compared to the jobs that have been out since 2.0. That being said, the new abilities are definitely going to change the way the ninja plays, so let's get into those right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new 3-tier combo skill that they have. Now, this comes off of Spinning Edge into Gust Slash into this new ability which has remained unnamed. And when you execute this ability, it will extend the duration of Huton. So ninjas used to be like this. You pretty much had the order Huton, Suiton, Raiton, Huton, Suiton, Raiton, or Huton, Suiton, Fuma Shuriken. That's, of course, ignoring Kasatsus and ignoring any sort of AoE situation, but that's what most ninjas will tell you. It's a set rotation of how you'll want to use your ninjutsu. However, with this, it's likely just going to be Huton, Suiton, Raiton, Raiton, Suiton, Raiton, Raiton, or something along those lines. Obviously, it's going to change depending on the situation. It's going to change on your lag. For some people, it's obviously still going to be better to do Fuma Shuriken. But overall, it's just so you don't have to recast Huton. Instead of recasting Huton, it'll be about managing it with this new ability. So that does add a new dynamic and open up a little bit more opportunity to use offensive ninjutsu instead of having to worry about where your 20-second cooldown on ninjutsu stands versus what your Huton remaining cooldown is. It should definitely add another dynamic, and in my opinion, honestly, it's going to make the ninja a little bit easier to play. The more 3-part ninjutsus you can cut out of your rotation, which this should allow, should make for a more consistent playstyle. Of course, you still have the Suiton and Fuma or Raiton, but it should definitely, in my opinion, make things a little easier on the ninja when it comes to this specific regard. Now, of course, we're gonna have to see how this new combo, how much damage it does, how much it extends the duration of Huton by. I can't imagine it extending the duration of Huton by more than 30 seconds. That would just blow my mind if it was more than 30 seconds added to Huton. But it should be something that is important to maintain, and of course, if there's ever a point in a fight where you have no targets to hit, you can recast Huton the old-fashioned way. Just something to complement their abilities that they already have. I'm a fan of it. Let's move on. Now, the next part is what surprised me. Now, at first, I thought this was just going to be one of their new abilities, but it seems that this is taking up 2 of their new abilities. So, Ninja's getting some Enmity controlling abilities, I guess I want to say. So similar to the way Goad works now, where you can, give TP to another party member, there are now going to be 2 new abilities that involve enmity relations with other characters. One of them allows you to transfer your enmity to the tank, or to your target, when you cast it. So you can cast it on a tank, and your enmity that you generate will be generated to them instead. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for the openers of fights. I know this isn't just the ninja. As a ninja, I pull aggro quite a lot when I'm playing with tanks that are under-geared than me. I mean, I have a whole video of me ninja tanking World of Darkness. Imagine how different that video would be if this video existed and I transferred the majority of that enmity to a tank instead. This will also make it so that black mages, summoners, dragoons, everyone that does this crazy burst damage at the start of the fight, and I've seen pull aggro in very common situations, shouldn't have to worry as much about doing it. Still use quelling strikes, black mages. Please still use quelling strikes despite this new ability. And, worst case scenario, there's another enmity controlling ability, one that you have a choice. You can control, let's see, there will be another action which has the effect of reducing the target's enmity. It can be used on other party members, so it might be quite useful. So in the one case you have somebody who, even despite the first ability, is still taking too much aggro, you can always use that on them. Or in the case of maybe ad spawning, or when you're doing, AoE situations and black mages are going to demolish everything. There's a lot of different uses for these enmity controlling abilities that should see Ninja fill a very very good space in the utility area when it comes to being a melee DPS. Having that control will definitely help a lot of players. It's going to take some getting used to managing those, because obviously that whole, you know, controlling of enmity thing, you'll have to probably pop that right before you do a pull. And then, of course, you'll have to be monitoring your party members' enmity, or somebody will have to shout out for it. It's going to take a little bit of teamwork, but they're nice things to have that I didn't expect Ninja to get. So it's a pleasant surprise to me. But I gotta remind you, this is already 3 of their new abilities being taken up. I don't know if it was necessarily a good thing that so many abilities were taken up on enmity control, unless that is going to be their major thing in the expansion, which it looks like it might be. But we still have a couple of other abilities that we need to talk about first before I make my final judgments on these new ninja abilities. Oh, I can't wait to butcher the names of these next abilities, assuming these are the actual names. So the next ability for the ninja is a new self buff called ISO, which I've got 2 different reports here. One says it strengthens a single weapon skill, and the other one says that it strengthens weapon skills for a duration. Either way, it's a new self buff to the ninja, which, I mean, I'm not ever gonna complain about more damage, guys. I mean, I gotta look at my hotbars again to see where all the stuff is gonna fit, but I'm never gonna complain about more damage. Just sounds like something you would add to your opener. It would rotate every so often. If it's an ability, if it's as strong as it sounds, if it's for a duration, the cooldown will probably be pretty significant. If it's for a single weapon skill, it's basically like Life Surge, except that it's not the crit and the heal, it's just more damage. Either way, it's a new self buff, so I'm cool with it. Alright, and the other name that I'm going to butcher right here is Mugen Sandan. Ugh, I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize ahead of time. Actually, I apologize too late. Regardless, now this one again is confusing because it's translated differently in the Game Watch interview versus the Dengeki interviews. In the Dengeki interview, it's detailed as a new 3-stage physical attack, which to me could mean something along the lines of, you know, ninjutsu, because that's a 3-stage ability where you have the 3 different ninjutsus for Doton, Huton, and Suiton. And then you have the possibility that it's combo, like, you know, spinning edge, gust slash, Aeolian edge. That could technically be considered a 3-stage physical attack. But in the Game Watch interview, they just say it's a single attack that hits 3 times, which is confusing to me because there are tons of abilities in this game that hit multiple times. Look at Demolish, look at the Monk. All of their abilities hit like 4 or 5 times. Okay, not all of them, a few of them, but still, to me, like, that wouldn't mean anything unless it's just like burst damage. It's something that's off the global cooldown. It's hard to tell because in the Heavensward job action video, it's pretty clear that they're not using the ability that extends Huton unless they're just using it completely out of order from their other abilities. So it starts with them casting Huton, goes into Spinning Edge, Mug, Shadow Fang, not Gust Slash. What looks like the new buff is some sort of pressure point ability, Jugulate, and then what looks like it could be a 3-stage physical attack right at the end where they jump on them, slash them, and then slash down. Unless one of those was the ability to extend Huton, there's either a mistake somewhere in translation about the whole Spinning Edge to Gut Slash thing, which I doubt because Slicer and the other members of the community that do these translations, they generally do a really good job, so I'm not inclined to believe that. Or this new weapon skill comes off of Shadow Fang, or they just showed Shadow Fang and then popped a bunch of off the global cooldown abilities. It's really, really confusing to try and figure out which ability in the job action video is which. But, I mean, I guess I can still formulate an opinion on the ninja even without the full information on this final ability. Although there is one thing that I almost forgot. They're also adding positionals to quite a few ninja abilities. They're not just the new ones having positionals. It seems the old ones are going to be getting positionals just based on the wording from the official digest where it says, furthermore, we have added positioning to several weapon skills. Currently, Ninja doesn't have much positioning, was able to attack from any direction freely, so we included positioning for some. That could be the new abilities. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, we had that bug when it came to Dancing Edge, or yeah, Dancing Edge before. That was a mistake. Maybe they put it back and now it's there permanently. But overall, Ninja didn't really change too much. Like I said, we didn't get a brand new system to maintain. I mean, we have a new means of maintaining Huton. That's pretty much in place of us needing to maintain our ninjutsu as a whole. And then we have, you know, some enmity controlling abilities. We have a new self buff, and we have a new ability that either is part of a new combo or it just hits 3 times. Who the hell knows? Either way, it's like, it's not a crazy change. And I guess, like I said before, I'm okay with that. It's cool for the other jobs that they get all these crazy changes, and Ninja just maybe gets a little bit more flashy and gets some new utility. But, I mean, I'm still going to play the Ninja. It's still a job that I like. It's going to take some getting used to with the positionals, but I just hope they approach it in such a way where it's like, okay, your attacks are the same damage they were before from any position, but now if you do them from the right positional, they will do more damage, as opposed to, well, now your old attacks are only the same strength if you do them on the flank or from the rear or something like that. Again, still, this is one of those jobs you don't have enough information, but I'll just say this, I wasn't as excited for Ninja's abilities. I feel like I am a little bit jealous of some of the other jobs getting these crazy, cool new mechanics to work in, like the Chakra system, like Blood of the Dragon, like the Bahamut Trance for Summoners, like the Enochian for Black Mage, but I'm not going to move away from the Ninja. I'm going to be leveling everything to 60 eventually, so if I ever change my mind, I have options, but Ninja, I'm sticking with it. I'm actually really, really intrigued to learn how to manage these new weapon skills, how to manage these new Enmity, and where I'm going to manage all these abilities on my hotbars. But anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about the new Ninja abilities in the comment section of the video below. Also, if you haven't seen the job action video, I haven't been saying this enough in the other videos, check out the description of the video. You can find the Heavensward job action link there. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, take care.